So Soumya's question, why do I pant for breath when I'm doing some postures? While doing certain other postures, I'm perfectly at ease. It is simply because of how you bring the body, mind and breath together in doing that posture. Now let's say it's a simple seated posture. You sit in Baddha Konasana and you're doing a forward bend. Baddha Konasana, forward bend, is not very challenging for most people. And you just stay in the posture, totally at ease. So physically, you don't feel much challenge. So the mind is able to stay with the body and the breath flows smoothly. Okay? Now let's take the case of another asana, Navasana. It's a bit challenging on the body and the breath. You struggle because your mind is constantly suggesting that you're either going to lose balance or you should get out of the posture. So when you go into Navasana, you are there in the posture and you can be completely at ease if you know how to do the posture correctly and your mind is still and the breath is calm. So the breath being calm depends on how correctly you're doing the posture, how stable the mind is when you're doing the posture. When the mind and body are not together, you are going to struggle in holding the posture. Now let me show you another posture where most people struggle and let go. Most people, when I say most people, most of us in our class. Let me show you Kakasana. So what happens when you're doing Kakasana? You go into the posture. You're there, you're almost there, getting into the posture. That's when you get all kinds of thoughts in your mind and you lose control over the posture. Okay? And this struggling, panting for breath happens when you're working on your abdomen muscles, when you're doing a balancing posture. I see this happen also in Vasishthasana or the side plank where you need to hold. I should know how to hold my abdomen muscles, hold the body in this posture and swing and go into the posture. Now there will be some trembling in the body. There will be suggestions in the mind saying that you're going to fall, so you better get out of the posture, and all those things will happen. But if you learn how to keep the mind calm and the body at ease, then you will not pant for breath. That brings us to the next question, how to keep the mind calm. Start with simple postures, beginning with your pranayama practice. When you're sitting cross-legged, don't get fidgety. Not want to stretch or adjust your legs. You should be able to hold the posture. Physical comfort, that is the first thing. Okay? Any posture, you should physically be comfortable. When do you feel comfortable in a posture? When you're doing it right. When I say comfort, I'm not talking of the mental comfort that you have in the physical body. But physically, sthiram sukham asanam. They say the body should be able to be comfortable and steady in a particular posture. And it should be a correct posture. When you have reached there, when you're able to hold the posture correctly, then comes keeping the mind steady and calm, not wanting to get out of the posture, not being restless in the mind. Now, there are two things that can cause disturbance in the mind. Stimulations from outside that cause disturbance. You hear a noise, or you see someone else, or you see something else, then you get disturbed. The other thing is what is already going on in your mind. Suddenly you're holding Vrikshasana, suddenly you get thoughts of something you've forgotten to do. And then you lose balance because the mind is suddenly jolted. So it disturbs the body as well. First thing is you gain control in the body. Second, gain control in the mind. When these two happen, breathing and holding the posture will not be a challenge. You will not go out of breath. Going out of breath happens only when you're not comfortable in the body or not comfortable in the mind.